Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yeah, we're painting again. And this time, I changed my setup. I prefer sitting down when I paint, I gotta be honest. I like to sit down and relax. So I'm using the Bob Ross easel, but I've put an easel on top of the easel. So I've taken the actual Bob Ross easel off, and I've put this Yorkshire easel on top of the shelf. So I still get the benefit of the shelving. It's quite good actually, quite happy. But anyway, let's have a look at the colours I've got. I'm not sure how easy I'm going to be able to show colours as I paint. So I'm just trying this out. And I really want to do something more like this. You know, this is me as a painter. This is how I would go about painting. So I thought I should paint the way I paint. But I like painting in every style. I just enjoy it. But if I was going to paint this painting, this is how I'd do it. This is what I'm trying to say. Oh, I know what I mean. So anyway, so I set my palette up in warm colours this side. These are my warm colours, and cool colours down here. And then I have a bit of a neutral yellow, Naples yellow. It's kind of neutral, but it's warm. I've got the Viridian green, which is kind of cool, but throwing in a bit of the yellow, you can warm it up very quickly. So Viridian green is a really good all-rounder green. You can change it in so many ways, and it's quite bright as well, because actually Viridian green that you buy is actually phthalo green, unless you buy in really expensive original Viridian green, but it's a little bit poisonous, just so you know. So phthalo green, you're alright. So, what colours have I got? I've got, can't remember what the purple is now. Oh yeah, dioxazine purple, Prussian blue, alizarin crimson, Naples yellow, Viridian green, Venetian red, cadmium red, cadmium orange, cadmium yellow, titanium white. I don't even know if I'm going to need white. So that's my palette, and I'll try and show you my colour mixes as I go. I try. The beginning will be alright. Once we get going, I won't be able to show you then, because my palette will be so messy. So here's a painting I did on Photoshop on the computer, and I wanted to try that in paint, see how it comes out. Use this as the basic idea of the painting, and then we can just play with the colours and see what we do, really. Have fun. That's what painting's all about, isn't it? Having fun and enjoying yourself. So I'll just put that over there. If you want to see it, I'll put it on my Instagram and you can see the picture, or I'll go like this now. If you wanted to follow along, you can take a still from the video and use that as your reference. Trying to get the shine off it. There we go. So it's up to you. Or you could just sit back, relax, watch, and then maybe it'll inspire you to do your own painting. You might think, ooh, that's got me going, I want to do my own idea. So, let's hold the old palette up and let's think about how we're going to start this. I'm thinking I might do a little bit of a drawing, a tiny bit of orange. And I mean tiny. So we've got this canvas size is different to the original, so we're changing things a bit. So we're gonna have the water there, so there. And we've got the land sort of like that. That's our horizon. And we've got a tree. We can have a tree there. Just do a basic shape. You can always change the shapes of the trees as you paint in. You don't have to go with exactly the shape that I've done, or you know, you can just you have fun with it. Just do whatever you like. I might do a different kind of shape of that tree there. And then we've got this bigger tree in the middle, which is a bit further forward, sort of here. got that in the water, some of it at least, and then that in the water, and then that as well. So that's our basic drawing, very simple, very simple. I like to keep things simple. I'm a simple person. I like to paint simply. So, let's go with some colour. Let's get some orange. I want to double this orange down a bit with some Venetian red. I might start with this Venetian red and the orange mixed in. Just start scrubbing it on, I think. Just scrubbing it on. So it's a different world when you're painting for real life. When you're painting in real life, you've got to do things a bit different to when you're painting on the computer. But I like doing both. I enjoy it. Took me a long time to get used to painting on the computer, mind you. I threw a little bit of yellow in there just to change it a bit. You might do the same in the water as well. We can do that. We can do that. So if you're wondering what brushes I'm using, this is a Bob Ross filbert brush. All the brushes are like that, filbert type brushes. Use whatever though. Don't feel like, oh, Jason's using that, I have to use that. Just use whatever you've got. You can paint with anything. The salesman will tell you need specific brushes to do specific things. They're making it up, you know. They're making it up. They just want to sell you them, you see. They want to sell you them brushes. Right, there we go. That gives us a good start. I might do this all the way through, actually, block in first. It's an easy way of doing it. I like to block in all the colours. Let's have a look at the next colour. I've got like, I need a dark really, a green. So we've got like a blue, like, yeah, green, maybe a bit of red in it. Not quite dark now. Really dark, guys. Bit of blue, bit of red, bit of green. All the darks, yes. Might get a bit more crimson. It's going to go all the way up to that, I think. We'll focus more on the actual shapes afterwards. It's a nice shape. This tree actually is in my mind. It reminds me of a tree I used to see when I used to walk my dog a lot. See, I always do things like that. I try and remember things I really liked when I'm out and about, and then I insert it into my paintings. Just making more of that dark. Okay, and then of course that's in the water. So the canvas I'm using to dry, it's the canvas I bought, and then I put some gesso on it. That's nice. Maybe this bit would be, probably the top of the tree would be there. So yeah, I don't need to be exact because the reflection I'm going to mess around with anyway. I'm going to put like colours over the top and things. I'll have some fun with it. So if you're wondering why I'm using dark or dull colours first, it's so the light colours will show up, because if you don't have the dark it's hard to see the light, and if you don't have the light it's hard to see the dark. So whatever you do, you need one or the other. Because painting that's all light, well, you don't see very often, and a painting that's all dark you don't see very often. I'm not saying you don't see them though. Because you get some really high key pictures out there where everything's lit up. Okay. So that's that. Now we need a green. A green. So I might go with some. I'm not bothered about my brush being dirty really. Get some of that green. Some yellow. Maybe a bit of that red in it. Yeah, that's not bad. See what that looks like on the canvas as my starting green. Probably could be a bit duller. So I'll just put a bit of Venetian red in it. That's quite nice and dull. So you just scrub it on. If you want to use a bigger brush, you can use a bigger brush. If you want to use a brush this size, you use a brush this size. Doesn't really matter. Because whatever happens, yeah, whatever happens, happens. I don't like to be strict when I paint myself. I like to just go with the flow, see what happens. Who needs to be strict? Not me. I'm more of a loose type painter really anyway. I'm more of a painterly painter. Okay, so we've got there. I might save this brush now for my greens. Now it's fully greened. I'll just put a bit of paper on my easel so I can lay it on that. piece of wood. Alright. Nicely done. Nicely done. So always big yourself up when you're painting. Always tell yourself, oh, you've done a good job there. You've done a good job there. Because nobody else will. Everyone else will look at your painting and go, oh yeah, that's awful. I could paint better than that. Oh dear. So, getting some of this dioxazine purple into my Venetian red. I'll throw a bit of orange in it as well. We'll make this colour. It's not bad actually. Might need a bit of white in it. Let's have a look at it first. This is our sort of background colour. Background trees and things. Yeah, it's not bad actually. I quite like it. Keep going. I'll do this. Okay, there we go. So that's all almost scrubbed in. I need to do the same in the water, of course. Scrub some of this in. Like I said, I've got ideas for that water. I might use the knife to paint some of it. Running out of the colour. There we go. Something like that. Give my brush a quick wipe. Get rid of some of the paint that's on my brush. Get rid of some. Just go back into this sienna. Venetian red. It's almost like a burnt sienna Venetian red. It's very close. And then stick some of that in there. I think that'll do for that. So I'll just give my brush a wipe. So now what I'm going to do is paint thickly, paint more impasto like. So I want to get some colour on there. I want to put colour next to each other and see what happens, really. Now we've done the boring bit. Now we can just use colour and brush strokes. That's what I want to do. Like I said, you do it the way you want to do it. I'm going to get some orange. Get quite a lot of paint. Just loading my brush with paint. so then I can start using it. I'll start going. Start putting a load of orange on there. Now, I'm going to go into some of the yellow. Load of the yellow. Load your brush. And get some of that on as well. I don't mind that it sort of blends slightly with what's on there. I'm okay with that. Just put that paint on there, nice and thick. See, I used to get really upset if my colours mixed and I'll be like, oh no, some of my green got in my yellow, oh that's ruined the painting. I used to get really stressed out when I was painting. I don't know why. I don't anymore. But I used to. And I think you've got to kind of let go of it. Allow things to happen. So I've got a bit of dirty yellow now. I'm going to allow some of these trees to be here. These sort of marks signify things, but they're behind. So they are what they are. It's good bit of teaching that, wasn't it? They are what they are. And when you do your painting, you'll do different brush strokes to me. You'll do your own brush strokes. Alright, now what I want to do, let's get my green brush back. I kind of want to get a little bit of this blue, a bit of white. I think that's nice, actually. Let's get a bit of that purple in it. So we've got a bit of blue, dioxazine purple. I'm making like a purpley blue. Because in my original painting, every now and then I wanted a bit of that in it, but not all over it. Sort of like maybe a bit there, maybe a bit of the bush there, and I can have some there. And maybe there was some here. We can use this later as well. Maybe in the shadows here we can, the shadow here, because this is all going to be like shadow along here. We can do that. We can add colours in that maybe you wouldn't see. This is a painting, isn't it? This is my imagination. This is my imagination, and there's nothing wrong with adding colour that you don't normally see in paintings if you want to put them in. Just try and sort of kind of match that up. Not amazingly, I'm not bothered. Get some more of that purpley colour. A bit more like dioxazine. See, some of these colours kind of blend in a bit, but I don't mind that. So that's alright. I want some yellow. Throw it in this green. bit of blue in it. That's not bad actually. Quite dark. I want it to stay quite dark. I don't want it to come out really bright yet. Just imagining this tree, all the shapes in it. And this one as well. You put the amount of detailing that you want. You don't have to copy. Remember, it's your, when you're doing yours, you're doing your painting, and you can put the detailing that you want to put in. I quite like that. I think I might leave that. I feel like I need a bit of depth in there as well. That's what's missing. So I might get some crimson. Might just get crimson. See that. Can add the depth that I'm after. Crimson, there's a little bit of Prussian blue in as well. Yeah, that does work. Crimson and the Prussian blue, it does add a bit more to it. Remember, you have to keep loading your brush. Go a bit darker here. Not too worried about that really. Like I said, I'm going to change the water a bit. So I'm just sort of sitting back, having a look, seeing what I would like. I kind of want to create something in amongst this. Pushes that orangey bit back a little bit with those brush strokes in front. Yeah, I quite like that. And I'm going to use a bit of dark as well to push this shadow in. Bit of dark paint there. And then there's quite a dark area there as well. Just grabbing a bit of the cadmium red. The orange and yellow, I'm going to break some of this up. Yeah. Something like that, and now I want to do my path. Needs dulling a bit in places, so let's dull it a bit. So a path coming round here. Of course it gets bigger as it comes round, as they do. Okay, something like that. So we want some I'll just use like Venetian red mostly for the light areas. Actually, I might throw in some Naples yellow just to jazz it up a bit. Maybe a bit of cad yellow in it. The cad yellow does help actually. Something like that. I want that to go to the part there. Put some of the orange in it as well. Yeah. Something like that. Gotta sort of think about the flexion as well. Get a bit of a yellow and orange on the brush. Just yellow and orange. Just thinking about this reflection, just start putting some of that on. I'm not going to have it perfect, of course, but yeah, now I want something yellow and white. Maybe some of this Naples in there as well. Tiny bit of orange. It's quite a nice warm colour. That is nice and warm actually. So we might put that in to brighten up some areas now. Well, make sure that that goes round because it comes down, doesn't it? So yeah, I use brush strokes to change things. Something like that. I might get some of the pure yellow. Yeah, something like that. So now I need more of a bluey, sort of a bluey, greeny purple. Might put a bit of land that goes across like that. Or some orange. Sort of sit back, have a look. What do I feel like I need to do? What I was going to do, so I was going to imagine like there was a tree or something that has dropped a load of leaves and they've gone this way. So I was going to start putting them on top of the water like this. Sort of gives that a bit more of a look. I think I need a bit more straightness to this path. Yeah, quite like that. Just some of that grass. There's a little bit of movement in it. Yeah, I prefer that. So what I might do now is have that purpley colour in this. Just a touch of it. Okay, so I'll sit back, have a look. Have a look at what you've created. Something different, of course. This is something different, something a bit more creative. A bit more, I want a bit more dark in amongst this. A bit more like crimson and blue, really. That's definitely better. You can sort of sit back, have a look. Is there anything that you feel you need to change? I think there's something else that I could do, and that's give the grass a bit of a bit of depth to it. So like that gives it a bit more depth to the grass. I might do the same here and just give that a bit of darkness there. Use my finger there, just smudge it a bit, and then I can take some of the paint off, and then I can add some on. Something like that. And this bit needs a bit more dull. Well, a bit more of that purple and blue. Okay, so I think I'm about there. I might add a little bit more warmth on this bit there. Just to show that that connects to there, doesn't it? And I think that'll do me. That's something a bit more brightly coloured, a bit more interesting, something different to what I would normally do, but it's something that I enjoy as well. But I enjoy painting. It doesn't matter what way I paint, I enjoy it. So thanks so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope we got you inspired to do one of your own, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.